Breaking news, major state pension boost announced what it means for you. In a major development that could have significant financial implications for millions of UK pensioners, the Department for Work and Pensions, DWP, alongside the Labour government, is set to roll out a boost to the basic state pension, with many pensioners likely to receive an additional £352 a year starting from April. This comes as part of the government's ongoing commitment to the triple lock mechanism, a long-standing policy that protects pensioners' incomes from being eroded by inflation or economic fluctuations. But what exactly does this mean, and what are the wider political and economic ramifications? Let's break it down. The triple lock is a guarantee that the state pension will rise each year by whichever is highest out of three factors: the rate of inflation, the average increase in earnings, or a flat 2.5%. It's designed to ensure that pensioners don't fall behind in terms of purchasing power, especially during times of rising prices or wage growth. For those on the basic state pension, which currently stands at £169.50 per week, this could mean a weekly increase of nearly £7. While that may not seem like a massive jump in isolation, over the course of a year, it adds up to an extra £352 in their pockets, provided the inflation forecasts hold steady. At present, inflation is projected to hover around 4%, and that figure plays a crucial role in how much pensions will rise next April. Assuming inflation outpaces wage growth and remains higher than the 2.5% baseline, pensioners will benefit from the higher inflation-linked increase. This additional cash can make a real difference, especially for those relying solely on their state pension to cover everyday essentials like heating, food, and rent. It's not just about extra money, it's about dignity, security, and being able to live comfortably after decades of contributing to society. For many retirees, every pound counts, and even small increases can be the difference between just getting by and living with a bit more freedom and peace of mind. It's about fairness and recognizing the years of hard work pensioners have already given to the country. However, while this boost is welcome news for many, not everyone is celebrating. Former Pensions Minister Sir Steve Webb, now a partner at the pension consultancy firm Lane Clark and Peacock, has raised concerns about the sustainability of the triple lock in the long term. He notes that although the Labour Party has committed to maintaining the triple lock, even defending it in the face of controversial cuts to other benefits such as winter fuel payments, continuing to uphold it presents a significant challenge to the Treasury. As the population ages and more people become reliant on state pensions, the financial burden grows, putting increasing pressure on public spending. Webb argues that the UK must find a way to transition from the current pension model to something more financially sustainable without short-changing pensioners. And that's no easy task. Despite the relatively modest nature of the UK's state pension when compared to international standards, the cumulative cost of annual increases is starting to weigh heavily on the nation's finances. Adding to the growing chorus of concern is independent pensions expert Tom McPhail. He's issued a stark warning that the combination of frozen tax thresholds and rising inflation could result in more pensioners being dragged into the income tax bracket, effectively reducing the benefit of any increase they receive. McPhail has been highly critical of the government's handling of pension reforms, particularly the decision to launch a pension commission tasked with reviewing retirement policies while simultaneously avoiding the more meaningful policy changes that could actually address the looming issues. He points out that the most impactful levers for pension reform, including changes to the triple lock, seem to be off the table before discussions have even begun. This raises serious questions about the effectiveness of the new pension commission if it cannot explore the full range of options needed to secure retirement incomes over the long term. Meanwhile, international observers are also starting to weigh in. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has recently advised the UK to consider scrapping the triple lock altogether and instead tie pension increases to the broader cost of living. This suggestion comes in the context of what the IMF calls tough fiscal choices that the UK government must face in the coming years. The IMF warns that without a more disciplined approach to public spending, the UK risks weakening its economic resilience and fiscal sustainability. In response, Chancellor Rachel Reeves has acknowledged the difficult road ahead. She's called for a renewed focus on prioritising government spending and rebuilding the UK's financial buffers. While she hasn't directly committed to ending the triple lock, the language being used by key figures in the Treasury suggests that everything is being reassessed under the microscope of long-term economic stability. All of this puts pensioners in a somewhat uncertain position. On the one hand, there's cause for optimism: the upcoming increase offers immediate financial relief. But on the other, there's growing unease about whether this support can be maintained in the future. With increasing calls from economists, international bodies, and pension experts urging reform, the current model may not survive unchanged for much longer. Adding to this complex landscape is a recent alert affecting millions of Britons between two key age groups. While the specifics of the alert were not fully disclosed, the implications point to more scrutiny and potential changes affecting how and when people can access their pensions. These changes could affect retirement planning for many individuals, making it even more important to stay informed. One thing is becoming increasingly clear: pension policy is no longer just a matter of welfare, it's becoming one of the most influential issues shaping the UK's political and economic future. With a growing elderly population, rising costs of living, and strained public finances, how the government handles pensions could determine not only the well-being of millions of retirees but also the overall direction of fiscal policy for decades to come. As we move closer to April and the new changes come into effect, pensioners and future retirees alike should keep a close eye on announcements from the DWP and government. Whether you're currently receiving a pension or planning for retirement, understanding these changes and their long-term implications is essential. The increase in income may be modest, but in today's economic climate, every little helps. So, if you found this update useful and want to stay informed about the latest pension news, government changes, and financial advice tailored for everyday people, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We break down the complex stuff so you can stay one step ahead, protect your income, and plan smarter for the future. Don't miss out, hit that subscribe button now and join our growing community of informed citizens. Thanks for watching, and take care.